Hi, Thomas. Welcome to Focus Hollywood. I'm so excited about the movie. I'm sure you are as well. Tell me a little bit about the dynamic on set. How was it?
It was great. It was a fantastic experience to work with both Thomas and mostly I worked with Jesse and also with David. And that was just a fantastic group to work with, very collaborative, and yeah, it was a great experience.
So the movie talks a lot about the mob that was around in the 70s and 80s. You were part of that in the plot, like your character was part of that side of the plot, right?
Yeah, kind of by proxy, without giving too much away. Through Jesse's role, I kind of suffered the consequences of sort of the mob's more violent side. So. Yeah, it was pretty hard emotional stuff to go through, but that's kind of the most rewarding stuff to deal with. Kind of digging into some of that harder, more difficult emotional stuff.
When you go back to the 70s, it's a different kind of preparation, of course, for the role. How do you work on that usually?
Yeah, I think it involves some research into what things were like. I think people have been the same for a long time, so it's especially in scenes like what I worked on was more intimate scenes, things that were more personal and more private. And I think in those places a lot of people are the same. But I think that when you're looking at period stuff or stuff that exists in the past, you want to see especially how were people different in public. Like what were the differences in terms of what people expected of you that were different when you are in public spaces. And I think in terms of the stuff I did, it was sort of thinking about what those public scenes that maybe I didn't get to portray as my character, how this character was out in public, but in those private scenes kind of having that, especially that safe harbor of the private kind of support that that my character was able to have. So.
Since you have a lot of scenes with Jesse, I know it's an action drama, but I'm pretty sure there was some fun moments on set. Can you share anything with us?
Well, I think the thing that stands out the most is the set that I was working on mainly. I didn't know this until after I was actually done shooting, and it was a nice respite to the end of this emotional stuff. There were raccoons, or at least one raccoon that was in the rafters up above the set.
Did he end up in the movie?
No, but it was at least a nice little silly thing to kind of end the heavier stuff that I was working on.
Are you afraid of raccoons or anything?
Not in theory. I don't know. I haven't been too close to one, but. They seem like they've got claws, but I've seen those fun little videos where they, like I haven't done this, but you hand them something and they like take it with their hands. I don't know. I think they're cute, but I maybe wouldn't want to approach one.
Wow, that's a very accurate description. It seems like they were around a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of raccoons, but it was just a funny little tidbit from shooting.
Without revealing any plot, but what would the audience expect from the movie in general?
Well, I think it's kind of like the general idea of the kind of cross between the adult film industry and the sort of organized crime stuff in that era, and that the 70s, 80s kind of period piece. I think it could come off if you're just thinking about that as sort of edgy or tough or sexual, but at least my experience in the movie, there's also just a lot of heart and sincerity in it. So I think that's sort of what I would say, is that it has some edge, but it also has some heart.
That's a beautiful combination. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to watch the movie.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.